It's the final table of the biggest 25K ever held.
I mean, it's a tough final table for sure, but I'm very confident in my game.
4 hearts on the turn, Jattin gets there.
Like, this is the one that I put my whole life into, you know?
There are only a few tournaments you can go to where all the top players turn up. And I like playing against the best players in the world.
I cannot imagine to win it right now. I have 7 people to bust before winning. I mean, I hope I will.
I want the victory, but your stack size changes a lot of like how you have to approach the final table. Nobody's really played much with me. I do play pretty aggressive.
Wow, Jason re-raises. What a boss.
But it is a little different with, 5 million up top, so I don't know, I guess in the moment we'll see.
The final table's interesting in the fact that confrontations are bound to happen, and you can't afford to stay away from anybody.
And we still have 2 Platinum Pass winners in the final 8.
No la comparo con nada porque esto es una experiencia única y lo que quiero hacer es jugar como otra mesa final más sin importar ni el nivel de los jugadores ni el premio que hay.
It's a dream come true to be playing this final table. And bringing home the trophy would be amazing.
They don't want it with us. I want the whole world to see. But it's our time. It's our time. But they don't want it with us. See and you believe. But it's our time.
Hello once again, welcome to the Bahamas and the PokerStars Players No Limit Hold'em Championship. Today, it's the final table of the biggest 25K event in poker history. 1,039 started, 8 remain, and tonight we crown a champion. We'll present the PSPC trophy and award a first prize of $5.1 million. I am James Hartigan, alongside me, Joe Stapleton.
Hello, my babies.
And the man who came 14th in the PSPC, Griffin Benja.
Yeah, it's great to be here. It was great to watch that montage just there with the big trophy and everything. It was a lot of fun.
This is the Griffin Benja Needle Show, basically.
Yeah, Griffin might not seem that upset, but someone at this desk smells like vodka, and I know it's not me or James.
I'm going to steal
water.
Joe's line. I'm going to steal Joe's line. Congratulations, Griffin. You made the final 2 tables of the biggest 25K event ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, of course, when you get deep in a poker tournament. Playing for those kind of stakes was it was a huge rush, and it does hurt, but I was really grateful for the opportunity and excited to see where it goes next. We see 2 Platinum Pass winners on the final table with some established pros, so it's going to be really exciting.
Well, as Joe knows, I like to accentuate the positive. The great thing is Griffin can give us some unique insights into the final 8 players, and we can see that it is tight at the top. Scott Baumstein officially comes into the final table as chip leader, but Marc Rivera, one of our remaining 2 Platinum Pass winners, is not that far behind him. Then we have the guys around the 35 big blind mark, Julian Martini, Farid Jattin, Ramon Kalilas.
Yeah, and some established pros, maybe some that people back at home might not be too familiar with. People like Farid Jattin, for instance, who for me I think he's going to be the favorite coming into this final table. But Koonce is actually a really, really strong player, so it'd be interesting to see if he decides to go to war with Farid. So yeah, a lot of strong players on the final table for sure.
Only one super short stack, that player Marc Perrault, the last remaining Canadian, coming back with just 9 bigs. But let's talk about what they're playing for. Everyone has locked up at least $500,000. We get the usual money jumps that you see at any final table. The final 6 all get more than $1 million, with the eventual winner of the PSPC earning $5.1 million. Important to highlight that it's not just what was in the prize pool, but the additional $1 million that will go to the winner.
Yeah, so it's going to be really, really exciting. A lot of big all-ins, a lot of huge emotional and financial swings for these players, for the audience. It's going to be great.
Well, the players are in their seats. The trophy is in position. The crowd is poised. It is time to get the final table underway and crown ourselves a champion. Blinds, 125,000, 250,000 with a 250K big blind ante.
We've been waiting for this day for over a year. Let's light this candle.
Action starts with Scott Baumstein, ace-8 of diamonds under the gun.
Chip leader, suited ace, raise sounds mighty, mighty good to me.
Makes it $500,000. Marc Rivera has ace-6.
It's a pretty clear-cut fold. Rivera might be right if he's thinking Scott's going to be active from every position, but he's not just playing against Scott. He's got 6 other people to act behind him.
A frisky re-raise as he 3-bets to 1,150,000, and Jason Koonce has picked up ace-king.
In the words of the Hives, I hate to say I told you so.
All in.
Koonce shoves for just over 7 million.
Also, tick, 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 boom.
Folded to Talal Shakerchi on the button. He's got 9s.
Given the action, no way.
Marc Perrault has folded the small blind. Ramon Kalilas gives up the big blind. It's back on Baumstein.
Scott's gonna get away from this.
He folds. And Marc Rivera folds as well. So a decent pot for Jason Koonce.
Hell of a start.
He's now second in chips.
First big hand.
I didn't want to see a big hand, but it is what it is.
I heard that.
Wow.
Well, on Jason's rail is ex-NFL star Evan Mathis, who had a deep run himself in this event, finishing 35th. Cash for over 86 grand.
Poker's a lot like football in that it is much better to watch at home, mostly because the beer is much cheaper.
That is the trophy which will be presented to the eventual champion. Action folded to Ramon Kalilas. He's out. Scott Baumstein passes. Marc Rivera has King-Jack of hearts.
Now this I'm much more of a fan of. Totally fine to open this hand.
Raises to 500,000. Julian Martini has ace-queen of spades.
And this would be a 3-betting spot for a lot of folks.
Yep, re-raises to 1,325,000. Pocket 7s for Farid Jattin.
Man, oh man, we're getting some good hands here.
Folds in the small blind. Talal Shakerchi in the big blind with aces.
Jeez Louise, I think the tournament staff must have kept this deck in the freezer overnight.
Calling.
He shoves for just over 5 million. A fold from the original raiser.
This is a terrible spot for Martini, who is not going to get away from this very often.
He calls.
Oh.
Showdown.
Nice hand.
Talal is nearly a 9-to-1 favorite to double up here. The flop is King, Trey, Deuce.
4 spade. I take the 4 spade.
Any spade will do.
You don't want the royal flush, just any flush.
10 of spades.
My spadey sense is tingling, James.
Julian picks up the royal draw. Crucially, Talal has to fade spades and jacks. He is still a 3-to-1 favorite. The river card is a spade. Ace is cracked.
Oh,
Ouch.
nice hand.
Good game, brother. Nice, cheers. Nice play. Yeah. Good luck, everyone.
Talal deserved better.
Pleasure playing this.
Good luck. Good luck, Scott.
Julian Martini gets lucky and takes the chip lead.
Good call, man.
Okay, you can throw me.
Talal Shakerchi is the first player out, and we are down to 7. Welcome back to the Bahamas and the PokerStars Players No Limit Hold'em Championship. It's the final table of the biggest 25K tournament ever held, and we're already down to 7 players after witnessing a sickening bad beat. Talal Shakerchi had aces cracked by ace-queen and busted in 8th place.
It wasn't my favourite way to go out, but it's, you know, that's the way poker is. And sometimes it works the other way. Sometimes you're behind and you win. I mean, that was, you know, he was a long way behind and he won, but that just comes as it comes. You just have to take what card you dealt, as it were. It's a really, actually, a fantastic trophy. I think the best one I've seen. It looks really good. I took a photo, so at least got some kind of memento of the trophy.
I currently have a photo of me and that trophy in my online dating profile, and it's not even close to the biggest thing I'm lying about.
Story checks out. Blinds 150,000, 300,000. An action folded to Jason Koonce. He's out. Ace-king for Julian Martini.
Here we go again.
The chip leader makes it 600K. Ace-jack suited for Farid Jattin. Looking at the super short stack of Marc Perrault, he's only got 2 big blinds.
Man, this final table might as well be an 80s sitcom with all these bad setups.
But considering how short Perrault is, he should be able to get away from this.
Feels like a fold.
Oh, wow, he shoves!
Happy birthday, Marc Perrault.
Round to Scott Baumstein in the big blind.
How much is it?
6.2.
He is not going to want to risk going out before Jattin and Perrault. Nice of Jennifer Carter to come sweat the action. Scott Baumstein, the current holder of her Heart of Yarn.
Well, Baumstein eventually folds. Martini calls, and Farid Jattin sees he is dominated. And Marc Perrault is loving it.
Fist pumping. If there isn't another massive suck out, we will be down to 6.
Well, there is a 67% chance that we will lose Farid Jattin here. The flop has 2 spades on it.
Your turn.
My Spady sense is going off like crazy today.
11 outs for Jattin. He needs a jack or a spade on the river. It's the 10 of clubs. He's out.
Yeah, man.
Jattin eliminated in 7th place, and everyone else ladders up.
Jattin was chip leader for a good long while in this tournament, but all that matters is whoever's got all the chips at the end. Right now, that's looking like Julian Martini.
Farid Jattin cashes for $746,000.
Thank you again. Oh, ouais, j'en paye 10. J'en paye toute la semaine.
Thank you indeed, because all 6 players are now guaranteed more than $1 million. And just by surviving, Marc Perrault has guaranteed himself an extra 500 grand.
Money for nothing.
Straight back to the action at the final table. Martini and Rivera going to the flop. An under-the-gun raise called by the small blind.
Queens did not 3-bet. Interesting.
The flop is 7-7-6. Rivera, a 95% favorite.
Martini obviously had bluffing in mind when he raised with this hand. This could work out really well for Rivera.
He continues for 600,000. Rivera just calls.
That's the play at this point.
The turn card is the 3 of clubs. That gives Martini a gut shot, but he's drawing pretty thin.
My guess is he will not be slowing down.
That is a bet of $2,325,000.
And you can see why he double barrel. A lot of players would call the flop with ace or even king high, but would fold to a second bet here on the turn. Not queens, though.
Rivera calls again. This hand going to the river.
I think Martini may give it up on the river now.
It's the 6 of clubs. So Rivera has a lock on the hand, but he might not like the fact it's a double paired board with 3 clubs out there.
All in.
Oh, wow, Martini shoves on Rivera.
Oh my goodness, it is likely Martini has no idea how strong Rivera's hand is.
But this is not an easy call for Marc Rivera. Again, we have to highlight that Marc Perrault has 2 big blinds, and there are big money jumps with every elimination.
I don't think you should have ever played queens this way in the first place if you are not going to make this call.
Well, the other important thing to highlight is that time is a factor. His shot clock is running out. He's playing a time bank card. Extends his thinking time. If he calls and he's wrong, he's out. And that costs him money.
That's what Julian Martini's banking on.
The bluff gets through as Marc Rivera folds queens.
Jeez. Julian Martini now with more than 30 million.
Nice hand. Nice bet. Whatever. What do you have? Did you have like queens? Yeah. Yeah, queens? Yeah.
Hell of a guess.
What did you have? Come on, that's unfair.
You won't like it.
Huh?
I had a 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, a 5 is nothing.
Awesome bluff from the chip leader. This French pro having a breakout year.
I'm Julian Martini. I'm 26 years old. I live in Taiwan, and I'm a professional poker player. In 2018, I decided to play tournaments for the World Series. It was like just my main goal. It was to win a bracelet. So I started to learn mixed game and won a bracelet. Everybody was speaking about this tournament, and I was very curious to see if thousands of players will come and play a 25K. I couldn't miss it, for sure. I won't get really happy if I finish third, I guess. Second, we can start to discuss, but 5 million will change my life. Maybe one day I will be grandfather, and I can be able to say to my grandson, oh, look, I was the champion, or the biggest high roller in the poker history. That's great.
This title certainly comes with a lot of prestige, not to mention a massive trophy.
Action here starts on Ramon Kalilas, who's got pocket kings.
Another hand, another insane pocket pair.
Opens to 650,000. Scott Baumstein folds. Marc Rivera.
What are you even hoping for now that you folded queens on a 7-high board?
He throws that one away. Jason Koonce passes. Julian Martini, 9-5 in the small blind. What's he thinking about?
I have no idea. 3-betting, I guess.
He calls.
Okay.
Marc Perrault.
All in.
Calls all in.
Ah, that makes sense. Now there's 2 players that could potentially bust him.
725.
425. 3 of it is everybody's empty. My round.
This is going to be so sick if 9-5 busts both these guys.
I check.
Julian Martini checks in the dark. It's a Queen Jack 4 flop. Kalilas is going to bet. And Martini folds.
I'm gonna need to get very, very lucky.
You have no idea.
Just a 4% chance of survival.
Is this mine?
Yeah, this is yours.
Running cards needed.
Sometimes people stand up as a bluff. This time I think he's really just getting a head start.
The turn card is an 8 and Perrault is drawing dead.
Game, guys. It's a pleasure. Good luck, good luck. Good luck.
His chips go to Ramon Kalilas. He did a great job laddering into 6th and locking up $1 million. Ramon Kalilas now 2nd in chips after eliminating Marc Perrault.
Super happy, can't complain. Because people busting out is worth a lot at this stage, so you're always rooting for the guy who has the most chips, and I ran good in these all-ins. It's been a long grind to get here, so I just want to take a bit of time off and relax, enjoy it.
This is the perfect place to do it. There's an entire body of water devoted to being lazy.
So 5-handed action at the PSPC final table. Julian Martini first to act. Folds. Ramon Kalilas has king 10 of clubs.
Raise it up. King 10 suited. Felt cute. Might fold later.
That's a raise to 650,000. Folded to the blinds. Marc Rivera in the small. Gives it up. Jason Koonce in the big. Has ace-5 of spades.
All right. Probably has too many chips to re-raise.
Call.
Calls. Heads up to the flop. King, Trey, Deuce. Top pair for Kalilas. Wheel draw for Koonce.
Such a relief when you raise and hit top pair.
And a curious lead from Koonce for 1.1 million.
Yeah, it's a weird way to play this hand. Bit of a semi-bluff with the wheel draw. It ain't gonna work. I mean, unless he hits a 4 on the turn, which would be quite the trick.
Kalilas calls. Nearly 4 million in the middle as we go to the turn. It's the 10 of hearts. So Ramon Kalilas improves to 2 pair.
And no chance he's folding now.
2.7.
Koonce fires again, 2.7 million.
Smell you later, Koonce's chips.
Kalilas calls. This hand going to the river. More than 9 million in the middle now. It's an ace on the river. Koonce catches a piece.
That is really bad for him. Maybe he slows down now that he's got a pair?
Correct, he checks.
Okay.
And Kalilas is all in. He shoves on Koonce.
Well, I seriously don't know how you fold after all that. You got nothing while you're putting chips in. Now you have top pair and you got to bail out.
It's all in to call. Koonce running out of time.
Yeah, I need some time too, and I can see the frickin' hole cards.
It's at least 7, probably 8 or 9 million.
Not to mention the actual millions this call could be worth.
Koonce finds a fold.
He did it somehow. Jeez, well done on the end.
Ace-Jack of diamonds?
You're not going to get anything out of this guy.
A huge pot for Ramon Kalilas. He sits second in chips overall behind Julian Martini. Jason Koonce, now the low man at the table. Action on Scott Baumstein. Folded to Marc Rivera. 9-3 of clubs, that goes in the muck.
Martini would play it.
10-7 of diamonds for Jason Koonce.
All in.
And he shoves for just over 5 million.
I don't hate it. He's the shortest stack now. No one to outlast and only 2 players to get through. Make that 1.
Ramon Kalilas has pocket 5s in the big blind.
He is getting called.
Sure enough. And Jason Koonce will be flipping for his tournament life.
Wow.
Not a terrible situation.
I got 10-7 of diamonds.
It's an unconventional race. The flop. 9-4 deuce, 5 still ahead. The turn card. Here's another 4. So Jason Koonce needs a 10 or a 7 on the river.
Can he make the 7-10 split?
No, he can't.
In the gutter.
Jason Koonce out in 5th place. Cashes for $1.3 million. And Platinum Pass winner Ramon Kalilas now has more than 21 million. Well, we are bringing back the PSPC in 2023, and players have already started to lock up Platinum Passes. Check out the description below to find out how you can win your own package to the next Players' Championship. 4 remain here at the PokerStars Players No Limit Hold'em Championship, with Spanish Platinum Pass winner Ramon Kalilas closing the gap on the chip leader.
Ya en Barcelona, donde gané mi primer torneo de Campeonato de España, me dijeron que habían puntos para una clasificación general, en la cual ya había el Platinum Pass para ir a disputar este torneo de 25.000 en las Bahamas. Y a partir de ahí ya me enfermé un poco y intenté saber de qué se trataba. Que conseguí la victoria, cumplía el aniversario mi chica. Y me dijo, yo no quiero que me regales nada este año, solo quiero ir a las Bahamas. Y ella siempre ha estado allí apoyándome, ayudándome, siempre está detrás, quiere que cumpla mi sueño y ella le gusta estar conmigo, viajar y no sé, nos lo pasamos muy bien y la verdad es que es un apoyo muy importante para mí.
If I was Ramon, I would absolutely fight that camera.
Well, today is the day we crown a champion here in the Bahamas and hand over that amazing trophy.
And I know what you're thinking. Yes, shipping is included.
Blind still 200,000, 400,000. Action will be on chip leader Julian Martini. He's got King Queen.
Doesn't need a hand this good to raise.
Right.
It'll be a min raise to 800,000. Round to Scott Baumstein in the small blind, who has ace-9.
A moment.
He shoves.
When you're the shortest stack, you can take more chances.
Marc Rivera folds. Martini. Calls the all-in.
Certainly getting the right price. He's just hoping to not be dominated.
Ace-9. I have ace-9, ace king queen.
Baumstein started the day as chip leader. Hasn't really been able to get anything going today.
You can hear the stress in his voice. I can't even imagine.
Ace-high is ahead. But Martini isn't that far behind.
And he's been running A-OK today.
The flop. Has a king on it, and Scott Baumstein now needs an ace or running hearts.
You can see the pain on his face. It's not over yet, though.
The turn card is the 4 of spades. Baumstein down to 3 outs.
Ace, baby, come on.
The rail calling for Barry Greenstein.
The river is a 10. Baumstein's eliminated.
Must be hugely disappointing for Scott.
Again. Right there. Let's play one. Good game. Good luck.
Scott came in as chip leader and was arguably the most experienced player at the table.
This is for you.
Oh, really? What is it? Explain me. This is the
it goes to the winner of the tournament. So if you win it, you keep it. If you you lose, you give it to who busts you.
Thank you.
Nice of Scott to pass that on in such a tough moment. Julian Martini, all smiles.
Baumstein cashes out for more than $1.6 million as Julian Martini increases his chip lead to more than 33 million with 3 players remaining.
And 2 of those players are Platinum Pass winners. How exciting.
Marc Rivera now the short stack with 8.8 million. And he's first to act here with pocket sevens. He raises to $1 million.
Probably should just be shoving.
Ramon Kalilas in the big blind with king 3 of spades.
Now Ramon can defend rather than having to call an all-in.
Heads up to the flop. Ace, king, 9, second pair for Kalilas. Checks to the pre-flop aggressor.
Rivera looks like he's going to feel compelled to fire this flop. It's not likely to get the result he wants.
700,000 into 2.6 million. Kalilas makes the call.
Maybe Rivera gives up now.
The turn card is a jack. Ramon now a 95% favorite.
3 clubs out there, neither player holds a club.
Been checked to Rivera again. And he's going to bet again. 2 million.
This line is nuts.
And Kalilas folds the best hand.
It works. His style is unorthodox, but you know what they say in poker? Always play results.
To the delight of his rail, Marc Rivera wins the pot and moves over the 11 million mark.
I have these 2 close friends, Mike Takayama and Lester Edok. They both got the platinum passes. I told them that I'm going to go for my own so I can come with them here. And that's what happened. We're here together with our respective wives. My wife's name is G. We're childhood sweethearts. We got married at an early age of 18. She comes everywhere with me. We have a package deal. Without her, maybe I cannot win this. She's taking care of everything, so I can focus more on my game. If I win this thing, half of it she deserves.
That's about the sweetest thing I've ever heard. No notes.
Blinds are up to 250,000, 500,000, and Ramon Kalilas has picked up ace king on the button. He raises to $1 million. Marc Rivera folds. Julian Martini in the big blind with queen 7 of clubs.
3-handed, this is more than good enough for a poke.
He defends. And we're going to have ourselves a flop. King, Jack 10 with 2 clubs. So that's top pair, top kicker for Kalilas. Flush and straight draws for Martini.
A lot more chips are about to go into this pot.
C-bet from Kalilas of 800,000. Martini check raises to 2.9 million.
And this hand will not end here.
Kalilas calls. 8.5 million in the middle as we go to the turn. The 4 of diamonds doesn't change anything.
Yeah, that's a boring brick.
Martini checks.
Ramon should be betting.
He checks behind.
Oh, that is dangerous to give a free card.
3 of spades on the river. The board bricks out for Martini.
I'm honestly a little surprised Martini didn't rip the turn also.
He elects not to bluff the river, checks to Kalilas. And here comes a value bet of 2.5 million. Martini folds.
Man, that hand was like most TV shows. Really good in the beginning, then the season's over and you're like, that was it?
You're a hard man to please. Ramon Kalilas, close to 21 million, second in chips behind Julian Martini. And the chip leader will be first to act here. Oh, it's his turn to be dealt ace-king.
Raise.
He opens to 1 million. Kalilas folds the small blind. Marc Rivera in the big blind has ace-3.
Well, he picked the wrong time to get dealt ace-3.
Small in.
He shoves. And he knows it's bad when he gets snap called.
Never good when you get called that quickly. Just some bad timing. There are plenty of accomplished Phillips in the poker world, but right now, this rail, they're pulling for the Philippines.
Rivera at risk and dominated.
Oh.
He's going to need a 3 or running straight cards to survive.
Board could double pair.
The turn card is a 10. Only a 3 will save Marc Rivera. The river. Is another 10. He's out in third.
Good game. Okay.
What an incredible run for Marc Rivera, his friends, and his family.
And we are down to 2. Platinum pass winner Marc Rivera cashes for nearly $2.2 million as we prepare for Kalilas versus Martini.
Enough to play. Cool. That's great.
They will play heads up for the title, the trophy, and $5.1 million. The PokerStars Players No Limit Hold'em Championship is down to the final 2. It's Julian Martini from France against Platinum Pass winner Ramon Kalilas from Spain with $5.1 million on the line.
I don't have a favorite per se, but it'd be pretty cool if a Platinum Pass winner took this down.
Good luck.
Both these guys have put in a heck of a performance.
Martini with the chip advantage. Blinds currently 250,000, 500,000. And Martini looking down at 9-6 of hearts.
This will be a totally standard raise heads up.
He opens to 1.25 million. Kalilas with Queen 5 in the big blind.
And this will be a totally standard defend of the big blind heads up.
With Kalilas calling, we go to the flop. All hearts. Martini flops a flush.
And this is a cooler.
Kalilas with second pair.
Second pair very strong in this situation.
With the action check to him, Martini will continue for $1 million. Kalilas calls. The turn card is the Queen of Diamonds. Kalilas improves to trips.
Very bad news when you improve to trips and you are still behind. This deck is frostier than a Canadian windshield.
Second barrel coming from Martini. That's 4.6 million.
Martini's actually bet so big that Ramon can't even really raise. They will be playing for stacks on the river, more than likely.
Kalilas calls to the river, which is the 5 of diamonds. That's a boat for Kalilas. He was 3% on the flop before catching running cards to make a full house.
This deck is unthinkably cold. This is too ridiculous. Just when I think I've seen it all in poker, poker finds a way to get even more ridiculous.
It's been checked to Martini.
All in.
He shoves. Kalilas calls all in, and he will double up. Martini can't believe it.
What an insane run out. I don't even know what you say about a hand like that. Nobody played it bad. It was just set up for maximum pain.
Esa.
Well, that changes everything. Ramon Kalilas is now the massive chip leader.
What a flip-flop. Dale Ramon indeed.
The Platinum Pass winner has so much going for him right now. The chip advantage, momentum, and a very excited rail.
I'd be beaming too. Not just playing for $5.1 million, but also this trophy, which actually has hundreds of hand placed crystals.
Blinds up to 300,000, 600,000. Ace, queen for Kalilas. Raising to 1.3 million. Julian Martini with 6-3 of diamonds.
Still, believe it or not, that is a defend heads up.
He calls. 3.2 million in the pot as we go to the flop, which is King, King 4. Martini checks.
Ace Queen high is the best hand, and Ramon's likely to know it.
Continuation bet coming. 700,000.
Martini with nothing but a couple of backdoors. 6 high. Oh boy, it's looking like Martini might be a little shaken and stirred.
He calls. The turn card is the 7 of hearts. Martini does pick up a gut shot.
You said that with the right tone. It's not very good.
Action check to Kalilas. Checks behind. 9 of diamonds on the river, so ace high, still the best hand.
Hey, Martini finally picks up a flush draw.
It's a bit late for that.
Ooh, he knows you can't semi-bluff the river, right?
This is a huge bluff. 5.2 million with nothing.
I think this bet is gonna look a little suspect, especially after the loss he just suffered. You suspect, Riverbet. You suspect.
But can Ramon find a call with just ace high? He can!
Oh yeah, ace, queen, high, good.
Another pot for Kalilas.
Let's go.
It was a nice call. Definitely props there.
And the gap between Kalilas and Martini widens. It's 52.5 million playing 8.9 million.
That is quite an uphill battle.
Jack-9 suited for Martini.
Seems fun.
All in. All in.
He shoves. Kalilas has ace-5.
Should be a snap call. You know what? I take it back. This is a huge moment. Take your time.
I bet you're gonna fold that exactly 10 seconds.
He calls. Showdown.
Yeah, of course.
I understand the defeat in Martini's voice. This heads-up match has been all Koolilius.
It is near enough a flip, but if ace-high holds, we will have a winner.
Ramon's girlfriend, Nazreen, too nervous to stand.
5 cards to come.
Okay, I feel it good too. Yeah. Give up something funny like 10, 8 of club.
Put that on your vision board.
It's an ace-high flop. Kalilas, now a 4-1 favorite. Martini has paired his 9.
9 ball corner pocket. 5 outs. I did worst already.
Love the attitude.
Deuce on the turn. Kalilas now a 9-1 favorite.
Jack.
Unless there is a jack or 9 on the river, it's over. The river card. Is a 5. Ramon Kalilas is the champion.
Congratulations.
The Platinum Pass winner from Spain takes down the PSPC. $5.1 million.
And a nearly infinite return on a $0 investment.
Julian Martini, the runner-up.
He deserved it, he played well. Huh? He deserved it, he played well.
Gracious in defeat. And the original qualifier is here.
That's awesome. You played well. I'm so happy for you. It's great. A Platinum Pass winner did it. So it's awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
The new money maker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the new Spanish version. We don't say new and improved though. We just say new money maker. It's not new and improved. That's awesome.
The biggest 25K event of all time attracted more than 1,000 players, including 300 Platinum Pass winners. 2 of those qualifiers made the final table, and 1 of them has claimed this historic title. Plus, Ramon Kalilas is now $5.1 million richer.
And now, put your hands together for our champion. Congratulations to Platinum Pass holder and winner of the PokerStars Players No Limit Hold'em Championship, Ramon Kalilas.
La semana ha sido la mejor semana probablemente de mi vida, haciendo lo que más me gusta, que es jugar a póker. Y encima poder ganar uno de los torneos más importantes que ha habido hasta la fecha, pues estoy súper contento y ilusionado.
Yeah, it's our time to grind, our time to shine. They don't want it with us.
Action is on Ramon Kalilas, who's got pocket kings.
I'm gonna need to get very, very lucky.
All in. And go.
This is a huge bluff.
Let's go. All in.
He calls. Ramon Kalilas is the champion! $5.1 million!